Welcome to this audio press release, powered by IBM. This original production delivers market and sector insights, as well as executive interviews with innovative executives shaping the future in fast-moving industries, and may feature a client partner of IBM or one of the 75-plus investor-focused brands within IBM's dynamic brand portfolio. As a multifaceted financial news and publishing company, IBM leverages an extensive distribution network, utilizing multiple proprietary corporate communication tools to introduce both public and private companies to a vast and diverse audience of investors, consumers, influencers, journalists, and other targeted segments of the public. IBM may have received compensation to produce this audio content. Please be sure to read IBM's entire disclaimers for full disclosures. This article has been disseminated on behalf of BOXABL and may include a paid advertisement. Headline: BOXABL pursues next-generation home building through manufacturing innovation. The United States housing market is facing a growing affordability and supply crisis that traditional construction methods have struggled to solve. Housing inventory remains tight across much of the country, while rising mortgage rates, labor shortages, and increasing construction costs continue pushing home ownership out of reach for many Americans. Millions of homes are still needed to meet current demand, and the shortage is affecting not only major cities, but suburban and rural communities as well. As affordability pressures intensify, interest is growing in faster, more scalable alternatives to conventional home building. Factory-built and modular housing models are increasingly being viewed as part of the solution because they can reduce construction time and improve efficiency. Against this backdrop, BOXABL has emerged with a mission focused on producing foldable, factory-built homes designed to ship nearly anywhere and unpack quickly on site. The company, which has signed a definitive merger agreement with FG Merger 2 Corp, is positioning itself at the intersection of housing innovation, advanced manufacturing, and scalable residential development. As demand for affordable housing solutions continues to rise, BOXABL's approach reflects a broader shift toward modernizing how homes are built and delivered. The company joins an impressive group of savvy companies focused on advancing large-scale automation, artificial intelligence, and next-generation manufacturing systems, including Tesla Inc., NVIDIA Corporation, Amazon.com Inc., and Honeywell International Inc. Housing supply constraints in the United States have reached levels that many economists describe as structurally unsustainable. A significant recent development for BOXABL and FG Merger 2 Corp came when the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, declared effective the company's joint registration statement on Form S-4 tied to their proposed business combination. BOXABL's growth story has attracted notable investor attention. The company has raised more than $200 million from 50,000-plus investors since 2020. BOXABL's operating model is built around the idea that homes can be manufactured more efficiently through factory-based production systems rather than relying exclusively on fragmented, site-based construction processes. Automation and artificial intelligence are becoming increasingly important components of advanced manufacturing operations, and BOXABL is integrating these technologies into its factory systems to improve efficiency and scalability. America's housing gap continues growing. Housing supply constraints in the United States have reached levels that many economists describe as structurally unsustainable. According to a 2026 Housing Supply Gap report, the United States entered 2026 with an estimated shortage of approximately 4.03 million homes, reflecting years of underbuilding relative to household formation. The report noted that housing construction activity is failing to keep pace with demand, worsening affordability challenges across multiple demographics and regions. At the same time, high borrowing costs and elevated home prices have continued to pressure both buyers and renters nationwide. The broader economic implications of the housing shortage are substantial. The U.S. Chamber of Commerce has stated that the nation faced a shortage exceeding 4.7 million homes, warning that the imbalance was contributing to reduced workforce mobility, rising housing costs, and broader economic strain. Meanwhile, the median existing home price in the United States climbed to a record $470,700 in April 2026, despite relatively sluggish sales activity, underscoring the ongoing disconnect between supply and affordability. Housing inventory remains below pre-pandemic norms in many regions, while elevated borrowing costs continue to discourage buyers. For many prospective homeowners, particularly first-time buyers, affordability remains one of the largest barriers to entering the market. Industry data further illustrates the scale of the opportunity tied to housing demand. Realtor.com estimated that approximately 1.36 million housing starts occurred, while the country continued facing a supply deficit of more than 4 million units. When combined with median home prices around the $400,000 range, analysts estimate the total addressable demand for needed housing extends into the trillions of dollars. The shortage has also disproportionately impacted younger generations, with millions of potential Gen Z and millennial households reportedly unable to enter the housing market because of affordability pressures and limited inventory. Traditional construction approaches have struggled to close the gap quickly enough. Labor shortages, zoning challenges, material costs, and lengthy build timelines continue to constrain the pace of development in many regions. Increasingly, factory-built and modular housing models are being discussed as potential solutions capable of accelerating production while reducing costs and construction complexity. That shift in attention has created growing interest in companies such as BOXABL, which is seeking to apply scalable manufacturing principles to the housing sector through foldable, factory-built homes designed for rapid deployment. SEC milestone advances proposed combination. A significant recent development for BOXABL and FG Merger 2 Corp came when the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission declared effective the company's joint registration statement on Form S-4 tied to their proposed business combination. According to SEC filings and company communications, the effectiveness notice was issued on May 12, 2026. The development represents a major procedural milestone in the proposed merger process and moves the transaction closer to completion. The companies have announced that a special meeting of FGMC shareholders is scheduled for June 9, 2026, where shareholders will vote on the proposed transaction and related matters. If shareholders approve the merger and all remaining customary closing conditions are satisfied, the combined company is expected to begin trading on NASDAQ under the ticker symbol BXBL. Under the described terms, FGMC will continue as the surviving public company and be renamed BOXABL Inc., with existing FGMC stockholders retaining their shares as shares of the combined company. The SEC effectiveness process is a key requirement in SPAC business combinations because it allows investors access to detailed disclosures regarding the transaction structure, risks, financial information, and operational strategy of the combined company. BOXABL and FGMC have encouraged shareholders and interested parties to review the Form S-4 registration statement and associated proxy materials carefully through SEC filings and investor relations resources. These documents outline the mechanics of the proposed merger, ownership structure, risk factors, and anticipated post-combination governance. For BOXABL, the proposed NASDAQ listing could substantially increase visibility with institutional and retail investors, while potentially expanding access to capital markets. Public market access may also support the company's broader ambitions to scale production capacity, expand manufacturing operations, and pursue additional growth opportunities within the housing sector. The transaction reflects a broader trend in which emerging manufacturing and technology-focused housing companies seek public listings to accelerate commercialization efforts amid rising demand for affordable housing solutions. Investors watching housing innovation closely. BOXABL's growth story has attracted notable investor attention. According to the company, BOXABL has raised more than $200 million from 50,000-plus investors since 2020. This level of participation reflects significant public interest in alternative housing solutions as affordability challenges continue reshaping the residential real estate market. The scale of investor engagement also highlights growing awareness surrounding factory-built housing models and their potential long-term relevance. Part of BOXABL's appeal stems from its attempt to rethink housing production, using manufacturing principles commonly associated with the automotive industry. BOXABL's vision includes homes that could eventually be mass-produced in highly automated factories and delivered efficiently to consumers. The company's foldable housing system is designed to reduce transportation complexity while enabling homes to be unpacked rapidly on site, potentially shortening delivery timelines compared to conventional construction methods. Consumer behavior trends may also support growing interest in more standardized housing solutions. Across industries, modern consumers increasingly prioritize convenience, faster delivery timelines, and streamlined purchasing experiences. In many ways, BOXABL's approach attempts to align housing production with broader trends already seen in logistics, e-commerce, and advanced manufacturing. Supporters of modular and factory-built housing argue that these systems could eventually improve scalability, consistency, and affordability relative to traditional site-built construction. Factory production reimagines home-building scale. BOXABL's operating model is built around the idea that homes can be manufactured more efficiently through factory-based production systems, rather than relying exclusively on fragmented, site-based construction processes. Traditional home building often involves lengthy timelines, multiple subcontractors, weather-related delays, and inconsistent regional labor availability. By contrast, factory manufacturing seeks to centralize and standardize production in a more controlled environment. This manufacturing-oriented approach has increasingly gained attention as both developers and policymakers search for ways to expand housing supply more efficiently. The company's modular housing system is designed to support multiple residential and commercial applications. BOXABL homes are engineered to fold for transport efficiency before being deployed and assembled on site. The modular nature of the system potentially allows units to be used in a range of settings, including workforce housing, accessory dwelling units, multifamily developments, hospitality applications, and emergency housing deployments. BOXABL describes its housing system as built around radically simplified engineering, designed to streamline construction while maintaining quality, efficiency, and modern design aesthetics. BOXABL homes are engineered to support multiple configurations and floor plans, including studio, one-bedroom, and two-bedroom layouts, while using standardized modular components that can stack and connect into larger residential developments. The company also emphasizes upscale interior finishes and modern exterior styling, highlighting features such as high ceilings, large windows, full-sized appliances, premium cabinetry, and contemporary design elements intended to create a spacious, high-quality living experience. BOXABL states that its factory-built approach combines scalable manufacturing with attractive, customizable housing options designed for both affordability and modern consumer appeal. Scalability remains central to the broader modular housing thesis. Industry observers have argued that standardization and repeatable production processes could help reduce waste, improve quality consistency, and shorten build timelines. Factory-built construction also enables year-round manufacturing activity that is less exposed to weather disruptions. These characteristics have contributed to growing interest in modular housing systems as part of the broader effort to address persistent supply shortages nationwide. BOXABL's long-term strategy appears focused not only on producing homes, but also on establishing manufacturing infrastructure capable of supporting large-scale deployment. As housing demand continues outpacing supply in many regions, companies capable of increasing production throughput while maintaining cost discipline may attract increasing attention from developers, municipalities, and investors seeking scalable solutions. The company's emphasis on factory-based efficiency reflects broader industrial trends that are increasingly influencing the future direction of residential construction. Automation and AI drive manufacturing efficiency. Automation and artificial intelligence are becoming increasingly important components of advanced manufacturing operations, and BOXABL is integrating these technologies into its factory systems to improve efficiency and scalability. Manufacturing automation can help reduce production bottlenecks, improve quality control, and increase throughput consistency, particularly in high-volume environments. For housing manufacturers, these efficiencies may prove critical as companies attempt to address large-scale supply shortages while managing labor constraints and cost pressures. AI-enabled production systems also have the potential to improve operational performance through predictive maintenance, defect reduction, and workflow optimization. As manufacturing facilities become increasingly digitized, companies are leveraging data analytics and automation tools to improve production planning and resource allocation. BOXABL's emphasis on technology integration reflects a broader shift toward industrialized construction processes that blend manufacturing discipline with housing development. Beyond home production itself, the company has also discussed opportunities tied to complementary service offerings associated with housing ownership and occupancy. BOXABL's broader business model includes potential additional revenue streams related to financing. These higher-margin service opportunities could potentially create recurring revenue channels alongside home manufacturing operations. The convergence of housing demand, manufacturing automation, and AI-driven operational systems is helping reshape how some companies approach residential construction. While factory-built housing still represents a relatively small share of the broader housing market, interest in scalable alternatives continues growing as affordability pressures intensify nationwide. BOXABL's strategy reflects an effort to position itself within that evolving landscape by combining modular housing, automated manufacturing, and service-based business opportunities into a unified housing platform designed for long-term scalability. AI manufacturing enters industrial scale. The convergence of artificial intelligence, robotics, and advanced manufacturing is reshaping how industrial systems are designed, operated, and scaled. Across the sector, companies are investing heavily in next-generation AI infrastructure, intelligent automation, and high-performance production technologies aimed at improving efficiency, enabling real-time decision-making, and supporting increasingly complex operational environments. Tesla Inc. discussed its focus on large-scale AI infrastructure, robotics, and next-gen production systems in its Q1 2026 shareholder update. The report noted architectural advances designed to help the company accelerate its efforts to eventually deploy unsupervised autonomy on both the robotaxi fleet and customer-owned vehicles. Digital Optimus represents the next evolution of our AI development, the report stated. We are working on automating digital workloads, building an intelligence layer that will complement the real-world AI we have built to operate vehicles and humanoid robots. The company is also expanding its scope of manufacturing to include semiconductor fabrication, an important step to ensure sufficient and resilient chip supply. NVIDIA Corporation is reporting that AI factories built with NVIDIA Blackwell Ultra deliver up to 50x higher throughput per megawatt. According to the company, that leads to 35x lower cost per token, balancing performance, responsiveness, and energy efficiency at scale. In addition, the NVIDIA Dynamo framework helps orchestrate long context reasoning and massive inference throughput, keeping utilization high as workloads become more interactive and complex. Together, they show how AI factory performance is now measured by how efficiently a factory can produce intelligence in real time, the company states. Amazon.com Inc. has introduced a new agentic AI tool to help frontline employees, as well as a robotics system to help expand same-day delivery. According to the company, its latest advancements showcase how technology works together with employees to solve complex challenges, from delivery speed to food insecurity to sustainable AI. In Amazon's full fulfillment centers across the country, new AI and robotics systems such as BlueJ and Project Aluna are being deployed, with BlueJ handling repetitive tasks and Project Aluna providing operational insights, both of which build safe and more efficient workflows for the company's frontline employees. In addition, AI-powered sustainability initiatives are reducing packing waste, supporting disaster response, and advancing clean energy solutions. Honeywell International Inc. Securities has launched its Experian Operations Assistant. The AI-powered solution is designed to transform how industrial operators monitor plant performance, make critical decisions, and respond to alarm incidents before they happen. The system is built on Honeywell's flagship distributed control system, Experian PKS, and merges historical data with real-time operational insights to allow operators to forecast and respond to potential critical scenarios associated with unsafe operations and production losses. The solution aims to bridge the gap between autonomous technologies and control room operators. The company reported that in its pilot phase, the AI-powered assistant made predictions an average of 5 to 10 minutes before alarm incidents would have happened, enabling operators to quickly implement corrective actions and avoid potential events. These developments highlight a broader transformation underway across global industry, where AI-driven systems are becoming foundational to manufacturing, logistics, automation, and infrastructure management. As organizations push toward greater autonomy, energy efficiency, and scalable intelligence, the integration of advanced AI into industrial operations is poised to redefine productivity and competitiveness across the modern economy. For more information, visit BOXABL. This audio press release is an original content production powered by IBN, a multifaceted financial news and publishing company that delivers next-generation corporate communication solutions utilizing proprietary corporate communication tools such as news aggregation, syndication, social communication, and brand awareness techniques, among others. IBN introduces both public and private companies to diverse audiences to enhance reach and recognition. IBN may receive compensation for services and solutions provided to its client partners. The owners, officers, and directors of IBN, or any of its financial analysts mentioned in this production, do not hold positions in and do not intend to trade the securities of any IBN client partners' companies. This production is not an offer or recommendation to buy or sell any securities that may be mentioned in this production. The information in this broadcast is presented solely for informative purposes and is not intended to be, or should it be construed as investment advice. As in all investments, investment in the featured companies carries inherent investment risk. Listeners should review the company thoroughly with registered investment advisor or registered stockbroker. This production by IBN is not purported to be a complete study of the featured company or other companies mentioned. Information used in statements of fact have been obtained from featured companies and other sources, but not verified nor guaranteed by IBN as to completeness and accuracy. Such information is subject to change without notice. Please read IBN's entire disclaimers and disclosures at ibn.ai. Thank you again for listening to this audio press release, powered by IBN.